All right, y'all. So in Japan, we have the WBA Bantamweight World title on the line. You have defending champion Antonio Vargas coming over from the USA, and he's coming to Japan, and he's going to fight contender in Daigo Higa. Let's talk about Vargas. Vargas, 19-1, 1 knockout as his loss, and 11 wins by knockout of those 19 wins. Against his last fight against Winston Guerrero, I was thoroughly impressed. Really good check left hook, accurate when in close. At the mid-range, he's not great. I will say that he lacks boxing skill at the mid-range, but the long jab range and on the inside, he is absolutely incredible. I love him specifically on the inside. Guerrero worked hard. Guerrero worked really hard in this fight, but he eventually gassed himself out leading up to the 6th round. As we know in the second round, he got dropped really bad with the check hook by Guerrero. But also, I do want to say this on Vargas's end. He throws a solid check hook himself. Punches in tandem. He shells and shoots. Really solid shell. Really responsible shell. When he's not getting into firefight exchanges or exiting out in a straight line with his hands down, he doesn't get dropped all that much. I know the chin is an issue because he has been dropped so many times, but I went back and watched every single knockout and every single drop that I could find. Every single one has either been in a firefight exchange where he drops his guard while throwing a right hook himself, or he's exiting in a straight line and dropping his hands. It's a common theme we're going to see here when it comes to his fights. He can punch to the body, but chooses not to throw him. Shout out to Pro Box Promotions or Pro Lab Promotions. I'm sorry. They posted his last fight against Guerrero on YouTube where you could actually hear the corner. And his corner, he was doing so well just listening to his corner. So you can tell he's a really coachable fighter, which you always have to respect. And I personally love when it comes to a coachable fighter. His deficiencies in his defense are glaring as hell. Clearly, I hate to say he's a little bit chinny. Not the greatest durability. And when he backs up in a straight line and drops his hands, and he drops his guard hand when he throws hooks. But when he shells up, he's super responsible. On the front foot, he's really good at causing pressure. Not great at cutting the ring, and he has issues with following. But when he does step on your feet, he stays on them. His finishing sequence against Guerrero was absolutely beautiful. It was a pull right hook that missed. He downloaded the data, took a step back, re-entered with a jab, pull right hooked again. It was just beautifully the way he was setting it up with the right hook to the body, to the left hook to the head, and he was just kind of downloading the data until he started pulling with it. Now, let's talk about his Jonathan Rodriguez fight. He finished Jonathan Rodriguez with a beautiful leaping left hook in the 8th round that kind of is Roy Jones, Teofimo Lopez-esque. I hate to say it like that. He's athletic as shit. He got cracked with a left hook hard in the 3rd round and got hurt again in one of those firefight exchanges. He stayed on the feet when he was exiting in the straight line, exited far too square up while throwing himself, and then got cracked. He got dropped really bad in the 1st round too, which didn't necessarily hurt him, but it was so irresponsible because he dropped his hands and again exited in a straight line. He really punished Rodriguez when he wanted to and started throwing damaging hooks, bullying him, walking him to the ropes. And there was just a point where I feel like Rodriguez had nothing left for him. And at that point, Vargas felt so safe that he was just going to wing shots and punish him. We all know about the vicious knockout against Cardenas. Got caught in a firefight exchange, got hit with a hook, dropped face down. So I have to just be honest, overall, I'm impressed with Vargas offensively. Offensively, I think he has good prowess, good boxing skill. He's accurate with his shots, good shot placement as well. Defensively, leaves so much to be desired. Excuse me. He's solid defensively when he shells up. Now, the issue is when he gets caught in firefights and he's so willing to firefight, that's when he gets caught. Now, him backing up in a straight line, dropping his hands and things of that nature, those are just literal lapses of concentration in there. Show moments of bad ring IQ. So let's talk about Daigo Higa. Daigo Higa, 21 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, both draws versus Sasumi. If you watch the Sasumi fight, his 9th round against Sasumi was an absolute all-out classic, all-out war. Both fighters got dropped. One of his losses is by knockout, and of his 21 wins, 19 of them are by knockout. So very high knockout to win ratio on this guy. Daigo Higa, the tape's all the same on this guy. I just have to be honest with you. When he throws a jab, it snaps your head back, but he rarely throws a jab. He doesn't have great feet. He puts his head directly in your chest, throws chopping, winging overhand right hooks, almost like a George Foreman in a way. Of course, he's way smaller and way higher pace and cardio. He rips the body really well. He's susceptible to hooks himself, but he does slow down in the rounds 10 through 12. And the rounds 10 through 12, I've noticed, is when he gets clipped and dropped the worst himself. When he dipped his head here, I thought against Takai, when he got Sasumi, in the 9th round when he got dropped, I thought it was due to an uppercut, but then going and rewatching, I saw it was due to a chopping right hand perfectly to the temple. The one thing about Daigo Higa is he fights on one single gear, and that's on fifth gear at all modes. He's going to come out. He's going to put his head on your chest. He's going to push you to the ropes. He's going to physically bully you. He's going to plant his feet. He's going to punch his body. He's going to punch your body, throw winging right hooks and winging overhands. If it came down to purely who's a better boxer, I honestly think Antonio Vargas is a better boxer. If it was sparring matches, I think Antonio Vargas probably spars Daigo Higa's ears off all day, every day. I just think the skills are different. I think Antonio Vargas has better levels, more accurate shots, more of arsenal, more tools in his belt. The issue is how his lack of durability. I'm sorry for stuttering here. Daigo Higa hurts people, man. And he drops some of the best fighters, Sasumi multiple times, really rocking Sasumi multiple times, dropping and rocking Takai. Takai is someone I'm very high on. And Antonio Vargas shows so many lapses in his defense when it comes to dropping his guard hand and backing up in a straight line. This is the fight I'm most torn on, man. I'm overly confident in Takami by knockout, and I feel pretty good about Taraji by knockout. But this fight, man, I'm confident someone gets knocked down. So if your book like Bet365 has an over-under knockdown prop, it's probably going to be a minus 225. It's probably going to be a shit number, but it's still something to add to a parlay. I'm decently confident that this fight doesn't go the distance at minus 150, but as a winner, man, I'm on the fence. And in a fight like this where I'm on the fence in a 50-50 fight and you're going to give me a plus 240 underdog, fuck it, dog. Give me Antonio Vargas. I know that I'm banking on his chin to hold up, but if his chin holds up, I think he can outbox, outwork, and eventually outpunch Daigo Higa. I really believe that. He comes to Japan in a 50-50 fight. He goes home as a champion after coming into Japan as a champion. I hate to be on the fence, and I'm not going to lean on the fence in a fight that I think is 50-50. Give me the underdog, the plus 240 underdog. Give me Antonio Vargas, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to go and cut this bad boy out. Much love.